In 1988, warships clashed in the Persian Gulf during Operation Praying Mantis.
The uncertain situation in the Persian Gulf.
Iran's President Ali Khamenei says the attack is a big mistake.
They're a nation of terror, and we won't put up with it.
The military was, quote, cocked and loaded.
The largest US naval battle since World War II.
The ongoing conflict between Israel and Iran could plunge the entire global economy.
In 2019, oil tankers were mysteriously sabotaged near a narrow maritime corridor.
4 commercial cargo ships have been targeted by sabotage attacks.
Meanwhile, 4 commercial cargo ships have been targeted by sabotage attacks near the coast of Algeria.
Drones have been shot down. Tankers have been seized. Missiles have been tested within sight of international shipping lanes.
That attack overseas on Saudi ships and oil tankers
Comes at an extremely tense time in war.
Tensions with Iran have reached a boiling point.
All of it centered around one narrow stretch of water, the Strait of Hormuz.
The Strait of Hormuz is obviously crucial to the global oil supply.
Iran has briefly closed the strategically important Strait of Hormuz after a second round of nuclear talks with the US wrapped up.
A passage only 21 miles wide at its narrowest point.
Hormuz will be a big threat to the whole worldwide economy.
Yet responsible for carrying nearly 1/5 of the world's oil supply. What happens if it closes?
The region exports a lot of oil, but also gas, liquefied natural gas. So if there's an ongoing conflict and it's going severe or even worse, then there might be some kind of worst case scenarios which are really bad for the global economy.
Who truly controls it? And is this narrow corridor Iran's most powerful weapon, one capable of shaking the global economy without firing a single missile?
It's really complicated, and of course the energy plays a crucial role here.
Iran controls access to the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most important shipping routes.
اگر روزی بخواهد جلو نفت ایران را بگیرد نفتی از خلیج فارس صادر نخواهد شد.
Tonight, we dive deep into the mystery, strategy, and danger surrounding one of the most explosive choke points on Earth, the Strait of Hormuz.
Never, ever, ever in my life have I seen any transaction so incompetently negotiated as our deal with Iran.
The Strait of Hormuz is not just another maritime route. It is the only sea passage connecting the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman and the open ocean beyond. Every day, massive oil tankers leave ports in Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, the United Arab Emirates, and Qatar. They funnel into this narrow channel before heading toward Asia, Europe, and North America. Roughly 20% of the world's crude oil passes through here daily.
The Strait of Hormuz, which is really important for the trade flows, and this conflict really threatens the energy markets tremendously.
Nearly a third of global liquefied natural gas shipments move through this same waterway. That means factories in China, cars in Japan, power plants in India, and industries in Europe all depend, directly or indirectly, on safe passage through this corridor.
Vital oil shipping route.
The chief of US naval operations has told Al Jazeera his navy is capable of securing the Strait of Hormuz should it need to.
The navigable shipping lanes themselves are only about 2 miles wide in each direction. 2 miles. In modern geopolitical terms, that's a razor's edge. One accident, one missile, one naval confrontation, and global energy markets would panic overnight. Oil prices would spike, stock markets would react instantly, insurance rates for shipping would skyrocket, supply chains would strain under pressure. On the northern shore of the strait lies Iran. On the southern side sit Oman and the United Arab Emirates. This geography matters because Iran doesn't need a massive navy to dominate the strait. It has proximity. It has coastline. It has islands scattered along the channel that serve as forward observation and missile positions. Iran's military doctrine does not rely on traditional naval supremacy. Instead, it focuses on asymmetric warfare, tactics designed to offset superior firepower with speed, surprise, and geography. Fast attack boats, naval mines, coastal missile batteries, swarm tactics, drones. Rather than confronting powerful fleets head-on, Iran has built the capability to make passage through Hormuz extremely dangerous. And that capability acts as leverage. Iran does not need to permanently close the strait to create chaos. Even temporary disruptions, a seized tanker, a suspicious explosion, a naval standoff, can rattle global markets. In 2019, several tankers were damaged in attacks near the strait.
Now, this comes amid military tensions between the U.S. and Iran over the vital Strait of Hormuz oil shipping channel.
And their terrorist allies constitute an axis of evil by seeking weapons of mass destruction. These regimes pose a grave and growing danger.
Though responsibility was contested, the message was unmistakable. This waterway is fragile. The mere suggestion that Hormuz might close is often enough to send oil prices climbing. That is power. Not the power of conquest, but the power of uncertainty. The waters around Hormuz have witnessed repeated military incidents. During the Iran-Iraq War in the 1980s, both sides targeted oil tankers in what became known as the Tanker War. The conflict eventually drew in the United States, culminating in Operation Praying Mantis, where US naval forces destroyed significant Iranian assets in retaliation for a mined warship. Decades later, tensions flared again. In 2019, after the United States withdrew from the Iran nuclear agreement,
that the United States will withdraw from the Iran nuclear deal
and reimpose sanctions, a series of escalations unfolded. Oil tankers were seized, drones were shot down, missiles were launched at regional targets, warships maneuvered in dangerously close encounters. Each event carried the risk of spiraling into open war. The United States maintains a significant naval presence in the region, frequently conducting patrols to ensure freedom of navigation.